Hi, friends. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing great. In today's live session, I'm super excited to share an amazing scalping strategy that's designed to help you make good profits consistently. We're going to use a combination of EMAs and the alligator indicator to spot high probability trade setups and catch those quick market moves. I'll walk you through every step of the process, from identifying the right entry points to managing your trades and locking in profits. So grab your cup of coffee, sit back, and get ready to take some notes. Let's dive right in and explore this profitable scalping strategy together. Let's get started. Before we jump straight into the strategy, let's take a moment to go over the settings together so we're all set up for success. First, I've added two EMAs to the chart. The first one is an 8-period EMA based on the close price, and I've given it a nice green color to make it stand out. The second one is a 14-period EMA, also based on the close price, and I've chosen red for this one, so it's easy to spot. Next, I've added the Williams Alligator indicator to the chart. We're going to keep the default settings here, but with one little tweak to focus only on what we need. For this strategy, we're going to be using just the lips of the alligator. So go to the input settings and set the lips length to 8. Then in the Style tab, make sure to uncheck the boxes for the jaw and teeth. We don't need them for this setup. Lastly, enable only the lips and change its color to yellow so it's easy to follow. And that's it. Our chart is all set up and ready to go. Now that we've got our settings dialed in, let's move on and dive into how to use this setup to scalp the markets and find those quick, profitable trades. All right, I've just spotted a really promising setup on the chart, and it looks like a great opportunity. So I'm going to take a buy position right here. Don't worry if you're not sure why I'm entering the trade just yet. I've got you covered. And in just a moment, I'll walk you through the entire strategy step by step. I'll explain exactly what I'm looking for, how I identify these setups, and why this particular entry makes sense based on the indicators we set up earlier. So stay with me. It's all going to make sense as we go along. All right, now take a look at this part of the chart with me. Check out the pattern here. It's really interesting. You'll notice that the green line, which is our 8 EMA, is currently above the red line, which is the 14 EMA. This is a classic bullish signal. It means the market momentum is pointing up, and there's a good chance we could see some nice upward movement. On the flip side, if you ever see the red line above the green line, that's your sell signal. It's like the market is telling you it's ready to head down. But, and this is super important, before we just jump into a trade, we need to double check the strength of the trend. That's where our yellow line comes in. This yellow line is the lips of the alligator indicator, and it's what helps us confirm whether the trend is actually strong enough to trade. So keep an eye on that yellow line. It's our final confirmation before we take the trade. All right, if you take a closer look here, you'll notice that the yellow line, which is the lips of the alligator indicator, is actually a little bit farther away from both the green and red EMAs. That's an important clue. It basically means that the trend we're seeing is strong and has some real momentum behind it. When the yellow line starts to separate like this, it's telling us that the market is ready to move, and it's a good time to jump in with a trade. And so at this point, you can confidently enter your trade in the direction of the trend. Now for the exit, this is really important for managing risk. You'll want to keep an eye on how the price behaves in relation to the red and yellow lines. If the price starts to drop below either the red line, the 14 EMA, or the yellow line, the alligator lips, that's your signal to exit the trade and lock in those profits. And that's it. A simple yet powerful approach to catching those profitable moves while keeping things safe and clear. All right, let's take a look at this spot on the chart together. This is another clear buy signal. You can see that the green line, our 8 EMA, is nicely positioned above the red line, which is the 14 EMA. That's always a great sign that the market has some bullish momentum. But there's more. Check out the yellow line, which is the lips of our alligator indicator. It's not just there, it's actually moving away from both the green and red lines. This widening gap between them is like the market's way of saying, hey, this trend is strong and healthy. So this combination, green above red and the yellow line pulling away, gives us a strong buy signal. That's the green light to jump in and ride this move. And when it comes to exiting the trade, here's what you do. Keep watching the price closely. If you see the price start to slip below either the red line or the yellow line, that's your cue to exit the trade and secure those profits. It's a nice, straightforward way to trade confidently and stay on the right side of the trend. Let's keep moving forward and find some more of these juicy opportunities. All right, let's shift gears and take a look at a sell signal now. Right here, you can see that a crossover has happened. The red line, which is the 14 EMA, has moved above the green line, the 8 EMA. That's an early heads up that the market momentum is starting to turn bearish. But to make sure this is really a solid trade, we also want to check in on our yellow line, which is the lips of the alligator. Notice how it's moving just a little bit farther away from both the red and green lines. That's a good sign. It shows that the downtrend is getting stronger and not just a false move. So with all this confirmation, it's time to take a short position here and ride that move down. As for your exit, this is key. Watch the price action closely. If the price closes above either the red line or the yellow line, that's your signal to exit the trade. This helps you lock in profits and avoid getting caught in a reversal. It's really that simple. Just watch for the crossover, confirm with the yellow line, and keep an eye on those exit signals. Let's keep hunting for these setups together. All right, here we go again. Check this out. We've got another buy signal showing up right here. You can see how the green line, which is our 8 EMA, is sitting above the red line, the 14 EMA. That's already a good sign that the market is in bullish mode and ready to push higher. But what really seals the deal is the yellow line, the alligator's lips. Look at how it's moving far below both the green and red lines. This gap tells us that the trend is not just strong, it's getting stronger. It's like the market is saying, hop on, we're going up. So at this point, it's a perfect opportunity to enter the trade and ride the wave. You just need to jump in with a buy position and let the momentum do the work. For the exit, keep things simple and safe. As soon as you see the price closing below either the red line or the yellow line, that's your signal to close the trade. This way, you're locking in your gains and protecting yourself if the market changes direction. So there you have it. We've got a great buy signal, a solid plan to enter, and a smart exit strategy to stay ahead. Let's keep moving and find more of these awesome setups. All right, here's one more promising trade opportunity that just popped up on the chart. This time it's a bearish movement. Check out how the red line, which is our 14 EMA, has crossed above the green line, the 8 EMA. That's our first hint that the market is ready to head lower. But what really confirms it is the yellow line, the lips of the alligator indicator. See how it's moving far below both the red and green lines? That's a strong clue that the bearish trend has some real power behind it and isn't just a small pullback. This is our moment to take a short position. We'll ride the trend and let it do its thing, aiming to catch those quick, profitable moves as the market heads down. For your exit, here's the plan. Watch the price carefully. If the price closes above either the red line or the yellow line, that's your sign to close the trade. This way, you're safely locking in your gains and staying ahead of any sudden reversals. And there you have it, a clear, strong trade setup with a solid exit plan to keep you on the winning side. All right, let's dive right into this live trade together. This will give you a crystal clear picture of why I decided to jump in here. So if you look at this moment on the chart, you'll notice that the green line, which is our 8 EMA, is sitting above the red line, the 14 EMA. That's our first confirmation. It tells us that the market has a nice bullish momentum. But there's something else that really strengthens this trade. The yellow line, which is the alligator's lips, is far away from both the green and red lines. That gap is like the market's way of saying, I'm not messing around. This trend is solid. That's exactly why I decided to enter this trade here. We've got all the pieces of the puzzle lining up, and it's a great opportunity to catch a move in the direction of the trend. All right, the price is moving just as we expected. And right now we're up around $300, which is a pretty solid profit, especially since this strategy is designed for quick scalping. I noticed that the price kept getting really close to the red and yellow lines repeatedly. And that's usually a sign that the momentum might slow down or reverse soon. So I decided it was a good time to close the trade and secure those profits. Better safe than sorry. All right, friends, let's check out one more live trade together. This is actually my third trade of the day, and I'm excited to share how it's going. Now, I have to be honest with you. My second trade didn't go as planned and ended up with a loss of $100. But you know what? That's totally okay. Losses are just part of the game, and what matters most is sticking to your strategy and waiting for those high probability setups. So after that loss, I decided to be patient and wait for the perfect opportunity. And I'm glad I did. If you look at the chart, you can clearly see that the market has recently been in a downtrend. But I noticed that the momentum was starting to shift, and there was a good chance that the price might move upwards. Let's break down why I took this trade. The green line, which is the 8 EMA, is now above the red line, the 14 EMA. That's the first sign that the market is turning bullish. But what really caught my eye is the yellow line, the lips of the alligator. It's moving far away from both the green and red lines. That tells me that the bullish momentum is strong and it's a great time to take a buy trade. So I jumped in and took the trade, and right now I'm already up around $800 in profit. That's a great result for this setup. You could definitely stay in this trade until the price closes below either the red or yellow line, which would be a safe exit strategy. But honestly, I'm really happy with this nice profit, so I'm going to exit the trade right here and lock it in. That's it for today's session, folks. I hope you enjoyed watching these trades live with me. If you did, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. It really helps me keep bringing you more awesome trading content. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next session. Happy trading, everyone.